بیسەرانی خۆشەویست لەم ڕۆ بەدواوە هەوڵەیەم لە ڕێگەی ئەم ڤیدیۆیەوە کە لە پێیجی مارگرێت دانرێت بەردەوام بم لە وانەی ساینس. هیوادارم ئێوەش ئامادە بن بۆ ئەوەی کە درێژە بە پرۆسەی خوێندەین بێ لە ڕێگەی ئەم ڤیدیۆیانەوە.
Today's class is about atoms and elements. Let's find out about the history of the atom theory. In 400 BC, a Greek philosopher, DEMOCRITUS, proposed that matter are made of tiny particles that are too small to be seen. And DEMOCRITUS tried to share his thoughts with people.
Hello everyone, I came to tell you the reality. Everything is made of tiny invisible particles. Remember, everything is made of smaller particles.
When Aristotle, another Greek philosopher, saw Democritus talk about his thoughts on TV, he got really mad. He decided to give his opinion on TV.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You hear Democritus talking about science. Let me tell you something, he is wrong. If everything was made of visible particles, then wouldn't everything be invisible? Let's use our brain, people.
People believe Aristotle. However, neither of these theories was based on experimental evidence until 2,000 years later an English chemist came to make a proposal.
2,000 years later.
I totally just discovered that Democritus was right. Every form of matter with a solid, liquid, or gas is made of tiny particles. I call them atoms. And no one believed that poor guy for 2,000 years. My name is John Dalton, by the way.
And this is how the story ended. Now I want to ask you a question. What is the atomic theory? Write your answer in the comment section below. Now we know that matter are made of atoms. But have you ever asked yourself what atoms are made of? They are made of subatomic particles. The nucleus, that is the very tiny center of an atom, contains proton and neutron. The proton is a subatomic particle with a positive charge and the neutron is the subatomic particle with no charge. So this means that the nucleus is positively charged. Outside of the nucleus we have another subatomic particle, electron. Electron is the subatomic particle with a negative charge. In 1913, Niels Bohr proposed a model of the structure of an atom. In his model, electrons cycle the nucleus at fixed distances from it. The paths in which the electrons move are called orbits, also called energy levels. Atoms have charges, and their charges depend on the subatomic particle they contain. Remember that protons carry positive charge, neutrons carry no charge, and electrons carry a negative charge. Now, if an atom contains more proton than electron, the atom will carry the charge of the proton. It will be positive. If it contains more electron than proton, it will carry the charge of the electron. It will be negative. Now for the atom that contain the same number of proton and electrons, the positive and negative charges cancel each other and the atom will carry no charge. We call it neutral atom. I want to know what you guys learned, so I'm gonna ask you a question. What subatomic particles make up an atom? Please comment your answer. Elements are substances made up of only one kind of atom. The atoms of elements are completely identical. They have the same size, the same mass. Most of the elements are solids at room temperature. Few elements such as oxygen, nitrogen, and helium are gases. Only mercury and bromine are liquid. Each element have an atomic number, which is the number of protons in one atom of that element. This is a model of the nucleus of oxygen. The red is proton and the blue is neutron. Now to find atomic number, we need to know the number of proton. So let's count the proton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Number of proton is 8. Atomic number equal to the number of proton. So atomic number is 8. That's enough about element. Now when two or more atoms link together, they form a molecule. Metals are all solid at room temperature except for mercury, which is liquid. Metals have some special characteristics. For example, they are shiny, like gold and silver. They're said to be malleable. In other words, they can be hammered or rolled into thin sheets. Metals can be drawn into wires. This characteristic is called ductility. They also can conduct electricity and heat. Now you may have heard of alloys. Alloys are not pure metals. They are a mixture of either two metals or more, or a metal and a non-metal. And the common types of alloys, we have steel, which is a combination of iron and carbon. Bronze, a combination of copper and tin. Brass, a mixture of copper and zinc. Here is the summary of this lesson. Matter is made of tiny particles called atoms. Atoms are made of smaller subatomic particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. Elements are substances made up of only one kind of atom. Metals are elements that have luster, are malleable and ductile, and conduct electricity and heat. That's it for today. Feel free to ask any question in the comment section. Before I go, I want to remind you that washing your hands is one of the most important things nowadays. The best way to prevent the spread of infection and decrease the risk of getting sick. If water and soap is not available, I recommend you to use hand sanitizer. Stay safe, stay home, take care, bye!